Yes, you've got it right. This is black coffee with a side of tea. Here we are, airing every Thursday at 8 p.m. Zoey Raz, Tea Baby, and Divine Feminine Energy. Yes, we are. Looking forward to interacting with many. Tune in to Black Coffee with a side of tea.
Really don't care about folks, and I really don't care about like not giving people time that I don't have.
Oh no, that's 40.
I feel so, it used to take so much for me sometimes to tell people no and stuff like that. It used to be, I don't know if it was like a little effect of the child actor syndrome where you always had to be so polite.
You want to please?
Yeah, you want to please. Yes. And now I'm like, no. And then I was still able to smile. No, I'm so sorry, I can't.
Some people that thought they buried you, but in reality, all they did was plant you. Newsflash, I'm coming.
Block you. Nah. You're gonna watch me win. Block you.
All right, welcome to Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. And the moods are speaking for themselves, ladies. Are they not? Are they not?
My mood was cut short.
Huh?
Yes.
The moods are speaking for themselves. I'm not gonna block you on my social media because I want you to see me win and all the blessings and all the abundance that is necessary for me to win. I'm gonna let you watch it because you're already looking anyway. So I'm gonna let you watch it now. All right, so Miss Nikki, hey Nikki J, she said, "Hey y'all, I got the notification this time." Hey, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. So let's do this sister check-in. How was y'all week? How's y'all week going? Because it's Thursday. We still got one more day. So how's the week been going for y'all?
I mean, I can say steady.
Steady does win the race, does it not?
Steady. I'm doing a lot of self work, and so when you do
self-work.
when you do self work, it could be exhausting because you're forced to face certain truths that sometimes you're not ready to accept. But in order for you to move forward and be the best version of self, it's a requirement. So it's going.
That's good. I'm proud of you. Kudos.
Yes, self work is definitely a lot. It takes a lot of dedication. So I completely understand. Kudos to you for keeping steady and staying strong.
Amen.
Hi,
Hey,
Lakeisha.
hey Jade. Hey Lakeisha. Yes, Lakeisha. Yes.
So yes, Lakeisha, my week was hectic too. I have a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Kids still getting ready for school.
Oh Lord.
So
Y'all almost into September. Y'all might as well wait till September.
that's what I'm saying because the first week they're gonna be out of school.
Right. By the time they get started, it'll be time to go back to summer. No, let them start with everybody else. That way we all on the same track and we still not doing school while everybody else taking a break.
I think the fourth is a holiday, right? Isn't that Labor Day?
September. Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
when are they starting school?
Right.
On Monday. They're starting on Monday.
Oh Lord. They like 3 weeks behind.
Oh, so they'll start on the 28th. And then they'll come around and be out on that following Monday. They'll have a 3-day weekend.
Yes.
Child, you ain't gonna learn nothing in 3 days.
At all.
A couple of days, you're not gonna learn that much. You just get acclimated.
Yeah, I signed a blank progress report for the first 3 days. I didn't understand why I was even sent home.
Exactly.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I had a good week. It was hectic, but just to anybody that don't know, Mercury. Now we have two planets in retrograde. First, we had Venus. It's
Mm-hmm.
still in retrograde to September 3rd. Now we have Mercury retrograde, which started on Wednesday of this week. So if you were having computer issues, phone issues, communication with people in all types of relationships, it
Mm-hmm.
started on Wednesday,
Yep.
and it will go to September 14th. So all of these will definitely be in play. Yes, Nikki. Yes, they need to be in school already. Yes, Lord.
I
I
know.
don't even have a child in school, and I just want
I know.
everybody's kids to be in school.
Yeah, they're giving them too much time off, girl. They've had an additional 30
Yes,
days.
Lakeisha.
Yes, an exact 30 days.
No,
Yes.
for real.
Mhm.
Right.
Hey,
Hey,
Miss
Miss Devery. Hey,
Avery.
Lakeisha.
Hey.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate the support. It means a lot
Yes.
that
Yes,
y'all
it
sticking in here with
does.
us. We appreciate it. So let's talk about these news stories for the week
Ooh.
because baby, they is juicy. They are juicy. Um, it's a lot. It's gonna bring up some much needed conversations, especially when it comes to black females.
Hey, Jeanette.
Hey Jeanette, thank you for tuning in, boo. Hey, best to succeed. Greetings, greetings. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Please tune in, guys.
Please subscribe.
We have so much juicy stuff that we talk about. Not just everyday gossip either. Really good topics.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to share my screen for the first topic. And give me 1 second. So I think this will bring much needed conversation. I was telling the ladies earlier, um, baby, listen. Best to succeed, Dr. Linda. Thank you for tuning in, Dr. Linda.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hey,
Mhm.
Queen Kong says, hey, y'all. I like the
I like
name.
that
Queen
name.
Kong. That's the name right there.
Exactly.
That
That
sounds
was
like a
cute.
gamer name. That sounds like a gamer name. She must be a gamer.
It sounds like I'm not with the, you know what?
Right.
I did not come to play. I came to slay and all day.
Yes, Bianca. I'm just messing with you, boo. Thank you for tuning in, Bianca. I appreciate it. She said, "R Bianca, LOL." And is. She say,
Yes.
and is. See, she already knew. Nikki say, hey, Bianca. Hey,
Bianca.
y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, so let me share my screen. I want to share this story because I think it's very pertinent, especially for Black women business owners. Um, and it caught my attention today when I was looking. I was like, oh no.
Your company. Good morning to you, Arian. Good to have you here at the table.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So, what was your first thought when you heard that you and your partners were being sued?
My initial thought, I didn't think that this was real, but once I realized that it was, I was aware that it was definitely an attack to dismantle and address our economic freedom as people of color. But I knew the moment it happened that we would continue to do the amazing work that we do.
You didn't think it was real. What did you think it was? What did you think?
When the emails came through, I honestly thought it was Chat GPT.
You did.
Yeah.
You thought maybe you were being punked somehow.
Yes.
So now that you know that it is real, what's your response? What are you all planning to do?
Oh, our response is simple. We plan to continue to do the work that we do for women of color. As you stated before, women of color are the most founded entrepreneurial demographic. They are just the least funded.
Why do you think that is? I mean, when I read the number, Arian, I thought I was reading it wrong because the number was so low. Less than 1%.
Yes, fraction of a percent.
Yes.
I think even beyond racism and sexism, there is something called proximity. The investors in the venture capital field, 92% of them are white male. I'm a strong believer that if we can diversify the investors, we can diversify the investments.
Now, we mentioned that number, 0.39%, and some may listen and say, well, that's something. But according to the fund in 2022, capital firms deployed $288 billion. So that fraction of 1%, it doesn't make sense when it comes to Black women being funded. I never really understood how someone who had a head start in the race would look at those behind them and try to trip them up. What is your message to those that are looking to trip you up?
Oh, our message is clear. Our corporate partners stand by us. MasterCard, Bank of America, Ally Bank, JP Morgan Chase, and many others.
What have you heard from them?
Oh, we've been in touch with all of our investors. They stand by their DEI programs. They stand by their commitments that they've made post George Floyd to the Black community. They are in agreement with the work that they have done and the work they are doing with us.
Arian, what do you, however admirable what do you say to people who say, look, however admirable your goal, however necessary the work you're doing, the law is just not on your side. The law says racial discrimination is bad in all contexts.
And then people argue it still is not fair.
Well, it's definitely, I would say, unfortunate that things can be twisted. I can't get into the details of the lawsuit, but what I can say that certain laws were definitely put in place to offer economic freedom for people of color, and somehow things can be getting misconstrued.
What are you hearing? Oh, go ahead, Tony.
I was just going to say that the part of the reason why this conservative activist Edward Bloom is pursuing this is because he just won this big affirmative action case. Yes. In which he got a ruling from the Chief Justice, written by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, in which he says eliminating racial discrimination means eliminating all of it. This kind of program that you have, quote, demeans the dignity and worth of a person to be judged by ancestry instead of merit.
Well, the problem is this program wouldn't even exist if there wasn't a need for it. The reason why the program exists is due to the racial disparities that exist in venture capital.
What are you hearing, or what have you done?
It's a very long interview. I don't want to go in because I want to hear your guys' take on what was being said. So I'm going to give mine first. First of all, they already said that we don't get capital. We are less than 1% to be funded as a Black woman. That's just period. Like, they're not willing to give us the money to start our business. So because she decided to start something, now she's being penalized for trying to help minority owned businesses. And she's just not focusing on only Black women. She's doing Hispanic, she's doing Asian, she's helping all minorities fund their business. And she's funded 41 of them. So I don't understand how this is affirmative action. It don't make sense to me. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, so I think it would have been. I think I'm in agreement with you. I don't understand why, but I do know that she is Black African American. She's African American, right. So right. Of course they get a harder time versus other races.
Absolutely. We have to fight for everything that we are trying to get in this world, especially in America. Nothing is given to us. We have to fight. We have to carve out our own spaces. And now that it's been done, now we're being penalized, and a lawsuit is being put against this woman for making opportunities for businesses that probably would have never been funded.
So we don't really have enough time in this. Right. We don't even have enough time in this show for me to go into.
I already knew it was going to be enough time.
Because the thing is this, when you think of the creation of programs for the minority group of individuals, it's a need. We don't even have to go any further. It's a need for that for sure. And if not, the programs that have been created to be the answer to those needs, it would not exist, like she said in the meeting. And then this is just another attempt, just like the affirmative action bill that was passed in regards to college admissions. This is the same thing. This is America's way of putting the Black person and the minority person in a position where they cannot thrive. And so this goes back to my point of Black people, please wake up and please begin to invest, number one, in yourself, and then also create your own wealth. Figure out how to put that savings away for not only you, but your children, and figure out how you can leave those funds to your kids, because nobody cares. And if you're a business owner, especially a minority business owner, this bill is huge. This lawsuit is huge, because this, if they prevail in the lawsuit, it's going to give so many other lending institutions, it's going to leave them vulnerable to a lot of lawsuits. And that's going to lead to them pulling out of these funding initiatives for minorities, which is the goal anyway.
Absolutely.
Not to mention that African American women at this point in time are the number one holders of small businesses. And that's a fact. And yeah, they do get the least funding. So when you think about the SBC and all these other places, it's like you're built. But even if you go in the SBC website, you will get links to funding for specifically Black women who are trying to start small businesses. They have grants on the SBC site. Well, why would that even be there? You understand? If it wasn't a need, if they weren't already aware of the fact that a lot of lending institutions won't lend to the minority. Not most minorities who start businesses aren't in a financial position to start a business anyway. They're leaning on getting some type of assistance with lending.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I can go on and on and on, but if we were to come together, like Miss Anita just said, come together. All these high-ranking African Americans and minorities that have high positions in lending institutions, educate your brother, educate your sister, let them know what's being required to have other people approve, so that they can get their affairs in order. Hold seminars, be proactive and attend seminars to help yourself, and stop just waiting on a handout.
That part. Say that again. Thank you, Miss Anita. That's definitely true.
There.
A lot of people are waiting on handouts.
Yes.
Jay said,
we need diversity in investors instead of them being predominantly white males. Now, she did say that.
She did
say that. She did say that, Jade. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Miss Anita Lawson. Thank you for tuning in. Absolutely. They don't want us to, they don't want us to be, they use those tactics to try to hold us down, because they know once we officially rise up, it's gonna be out of this world.
You don't want to level the playing field. You don't.
Right.
You don't want to level the playing field. I mean, we are a supreme people. Keep that in mind. We are a very supreme group of people, and the thought of the people that you oppressed making such a comeback.
Yep.
That part.
The thought of it is insulting.
Right.
To those people. How dare you overcome all of these obstacles that we have put in your way to do better? How dare you make an attempt to do that?
Yep.
Queen Kong says the minority race always invest in each other. They don't say we are funding white business, they just do it.
That's
and
it.
That's
it's not even talked about. It's not talked about. They just do their part. They're silent investors.
That's right.
Yes, we're being penalized for actually saying what we are supporting our people, trying to set us further and further. So disappointing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the reason I wanted to talk about it, because I instantly got angry.
Yeah.
Because that lets me know that this could have been an option for multiple women that I know that have small businesses. But now you're penalizing.
Yep. As a budding small business owner, soon to be. But like I said, and then on the flip side of that, you have to realize where you live. what country you live in. This is a country that will fund any initiative outside of the United States. We assisted
Right.
Ukraine when they were in distress, but you have a brother on the corner right now with no food, no shelter, and you've not thought about any homeless shelters, no way to get these people mental health.
Right.
You've actually set up rules for no squatting and all this type of stuff. Why are you putting up a no squatting when these people obviously have nowhere to go? You know why? Because a lot of those people are minorities and they want to put them in jail, and they want to further keep these people in bondage and not give them an opportunity to come out of their situation. And a lot of homeless people that I've seen do interviews and stuff like that are not homeless by choice. They face circumstances. It was a woman with a master's degree in education who was homeless living in Atlanta because she had lost employment and didn't find any replacement quick enough. So she lost her place. So, you know, it's a lot.
It
And
is
like
a lot.
I say, this country does not look out for much of anyone. So the flip side of that is you have to be able to do what you have to do to make yourself a better candidate in black and white.
Absolutely. Say
Sure,
that again for the people in the back.
Yeah, fix your
The people in
credit.
the back.
Education is not for everyone, but it looks better for you to have an associate or a bachelor's or a master's in business to learn how to do a right business plan, to learn how to write a grant proposal. It looks better on you. It doesn't, you know, it's okay to want to be a small business owner or to be a small business
Do your homework.
but
Do your homework.
do your work. Make sure you look good on black and white. Because my first thing is, how have you learned how to run a business?
Absolutely. That is
Where
very
did you where did you acquire these skills, or did you just wake up and decide you wanted to be a business owner? I need to see something in black and white to substantiate me giving you my money.
Oh my goodness. Miss Anita Lawson said, my daughter and I are homeless. My daughter is 23 years old, special needs, and the shelter in Arlington discriminated against my daughter and did not let us have the available space, told me that she should probably be better at another facility.
Wow.
That is so sad. That's terrible. That's very terrible. I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Anita. I'm so sorry to hear that is happening. Um, and just like you said, Divine, that's exactly what they do on a daily basis. When if you've ever rode downtown and you go by the Salvation Army, or you go by any of the other shelters, they don't allow them to stay there during the day. They want them to go and try to find jobs, but most of them, like you said, don't always find employment fast enough.
Yeah, they had a brother on there who had an interview, but he hadn't had a shower.
Right.
So when he showed up to the interview, they didn't hire him. He doesn't have a phone. The man's telling him, I'm going to call you back. I don't have a phone. So how can I? And then if I'm homeless, 9 times out of 10, my identification may be expired.
You're welcome.
I don't have any, you know what I mean? Like I say, they're the funds that are being thrown all around the place to help people outside of this country could better be used for the betterment of the people within this country. It's nothing wrong with setting up a fund for the homeless to obtain their identification. They need that. They need a driver's license. They need their social to even get any assistance like food stamps or Medicaid or anything. You need identification to even get started.
You absolutely do.
They don't want it. You know, they don't do anything about it. And God forbid you try to start a nonprofit organization, then you got to get taken through all these hoops just because you want to help.
Yeah, they don't.
So,
Yeah.
That's
They don't.
true.
Yeah, they don't do. You used to see free phones out there, Miss Anita. On every corner they were giving out the free phones for people to use. Now you have to try to buy it, and if that's difficult when you don't have any funding.
that's right.
And as Bianca said, we always, as black people, we always lean on our faith. That's all. We know nothing else but to lean on our faith, and that's important when you are dealing with a lot of things. Yes, a lot of red tape. Yes,
Yeah.
the bureaucracy, as they call it. The bureaucracy is necessary. It is necessary sometimes for certain things, but not everything.
That's right.
Yes, people are stressed out mentally, physically, and all the little things they want you to do are very big and a lot of information you don't have. That's right. Because you don't have all your things, you're
You don't.
displaced.
Right.
Yes, it's definitely hard, and it's hard to hold jobs because they put a curfew. Yes.
Yeah.
Because when you go to work, then you come back later than the time that you were supposed to be there. Now you don't have a place to sleep. That's that's
That's crazy.
that's sad.
They don't care.
Right. They don't care.
They don't care.
She said,
And that is
Miss Anita
ridiculous.
said, I have a Section 8 voucher for Arlington. I went to try to get into an apartment complex, but I was with I was with you because I don't make 3 times as much.
Wow.
Is the rent is how is this possible when I'm on Section 8? If I make 3 times as much the rent, I wouldn't. Miss Anita, I'm gonna tell you my story about, and most people will not know this. I was in that same predicament when it came to Section 8. They make a lot of stipulations. They almost sell you this kind of dream that you can get this luxury apartment, and if you do this, if you do that. I was told because I was in school and my child was in school that we both can be at school at the same time. He's in elementary, I'm in college.
Trying to better my life so that I
Trying to
don't
better my life, so that I
Right.
can't live in this apartment with my Section 8 voucher. And again, I had to make more than what was necessary, and then the documentation wasn't enough. I was still gonna have to pay regular rent. So why would I need the voucher? I don't need the voucher if I'm gonna pay regular rent. I
That's
can
what
pay
I'm
regular rent.
What is what you make. If I qualify for the Section 8, that means I should automatically qualify using the voucher that I was given by Section 8. It
Right.
shouldn't be any additional qualifications that I'm being taken through.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's true.
Yep.
Especially in Miss Anita's case, you have a child that's dealing
Special
with
needs. Yeah.
disabilities right now that's 23
Right.
years old. You have to be there,
Exactly.
be your child's caregiver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so you can't work a standard schedule that would probably pay you the 3 times because you have to be a caretaker.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's them. That's the crazy part. They put a lot of stipulations which most people can't meet.
Right. I feel
They
like a
know
lot
that
of people get
because it's a
frustrated.
deterrent.
Yeah.
They
I feel
want
like
you to
a
get
lot of people
frustrated
get
and give
frustrated.
up.
Yes, yes, exactly. I feel like they get frustrated and just quit because what's the
Right.
point of constantly going through all of these hoops and loops if you're going to keep sending me through even more?
Absolutely. That's what Miss Anita is saying. She said that's exactly what they told me, but they said their company policy. Then why do we have to have yourself expecting Section 8 when you know you are not ever gonna have Section 8 person in your complex with that calculation? Absolutely.
That
I
part.
definitely agree.
Right.
That's what happened to me, Miss Anita. And so I did my due diligence to grind so that I wouldn't have to be subjugated to that.
And it's crazy because you're a tax-paying citizen, and those are benefits that you are paying to receive
You
in the
pay
state of
into, but you don't get them.
you
And you
get
You don't
to
always get them
take that out of your paycheck every time you get your
every
check.
time.
Yeah.
Before you could even get your check paid out, they've taken their portion out of your check.
That's right. That's right. Oh, Bianca said we are few, and we are few ladies with the issues on this platform. I can't imagine the struggle for our people on a vast scale. It sickens me. Black people are not protected. Blank women even less. Yes, black women. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. We struggled. I think we struggled the most. Oh no, Miss Anita, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry, Miss Anita.
That's sad. That makes me angry. That's and that shouldn't be happening.
And I hear a lot of people say black women are the most
They
unprotected. Black
Yes.
women are the most I hear people say that a lot, but I think I want to say that that's not the case. I want to say Black women are the most feared because we are this country. We have birthed this country.
Absolutely. And taking care of all the kids too.
And we have taken care of all of the children. And we have taken care, when I say all, I mean all.
Yes,
Because when
absolutely.
Master's wife didn't want to feed the child, the mammy was there doing it along with her
That's
own
right.
child
Exactly.
and didn't
That's
have a
very true.
choice. And they didn't think when they used us on those farms, the slave farms, to reproduce, to make workers, they never thought for one moment that those workers could lead to a dilution of their race, which it has. And there's not really a pure race at all anymore. The purest race right now is the African. We are the foundation of mankind. And this is why I feel that Black women, we are feared. We are educated. We're amongst the highest of educated individuals. We are decision makers. We are resilient people. We have overcome a lot of oppression. After our
Absolutely.
men were oppressed and worked and beat and hanged, we still persevered and we still pushed on. Our men coming in, putting their hands on us, taking out what master put on them, and we still survived.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's the
Yeah,
problem.
I knew this was gonna spark a conversation. I knew it. So on a on a lighter note, let's take a commercial break. I have one more news story that's better than the one it's not, it's more lighter than the one we were just talking about. It's in reference to NASCAR. So I'll show that once we take a commercial break, and we will be right back. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back.
If you're looking for custom handcrafted fashion jewelry that makes a statement, look no further than Linda S. Jewelry, 1426. We specialize in quality pieces fit for any occasion. Follow us on Facebook at Linda S. Jewelry 1426 to view our inventory or to make a purchase. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
And we are back. So I want to share this story. I found it on LinkedIn. I follow Black Enterprise on LinkedIn, and whenever they have a live, if I have time to log in, I log into the live because it's always interesting and intriguing to me when they feature Black business owners or something about the Black community. That's so refreshing. So I want to share it with you guys, and then we'll talk about it. Lakeisha said part of the problem was our decision to join the feminist movement and separate ourselves from our men. Absolutely. Yes. Come on now, Keisha.
Start. I wrapped it up. That's a whole nother 30-minute discussion.
Hello? Exactly. Okay.
Because we're not independent. We don't want to be independent at all. We want to be supported. We want our feet rubbed. That's right. I want feet rub, back rub. I don't want to check the mail. Okay? Daddy's checking the mail.
Yes.
I don't want to check it. I don't care what bill is in there. Let my husband handle that.
Right.
I don't even want to know how much it costs and when it was paid. Just take care.
Yeah, I want that. I'm sorry.
I want to travel and drink the finest of wines and taste the assortment of cheeses and all of that.
Yes.
So this one is not a video, ladies. This is just I just want you to see the clip of what it was, and then I'm gonna talk about it. So this one is talking about, it says, now ranked one of the top motorsports organizations in the world, NASCAR has come a long way from the Dukes and Hazzard days and the good old boys club. the first Black woman president of NASCAR racing venue in the Phoenix Raceway. So kudos to that. I'm so excited that babe. So we going into all the arenas at this point. Just we going into all the arenas. I when I saw that, I just had a huge smile on my face because I was like, okay, Black sister, she out here in the NASCAR world. She in the NASCAR world. So I was like, okay,
Yes.
well, I agree, but we don't have some rights at some point. So I see why it started. But we took it too far. Absolutely, Bianca, we did. We kept going. We started running the race.
Are doing way too much.
Running the race.
That was pre-commercial.
Mhm.
Yes, Keisha, that was pre-commercial. I know, Keisha. I'm sorry. Yes, Nikki. I'm excited. I don't know if you guys are. I watch NASCAR if it comes onto the television. And then there's times that I don't pay attention at all. But now that we got a Black president, Black female president, I might be tuning in to NASCAR from this point forward. I might even show up at the NASCAR races.
Okay.
That's the agenda.
Okay.
On the front row out there cheering on somebody.
That's the agenda, though. You feeding right into it. That's the agenda.
What?
That's what they want y'all to do.
They put a Black woman as
That's
president.
right. It's not enough. Yeah, we're not getting enough money. We're not getting enough notoriety in the Black community. We need the Black dollar. Oh, I know. Let's instill a Black. Not saying she's not qualified, but that's definitely a part of the agenda that they always push. Just like the deal when they tried to jack up the amount they're selling Paramount for when they found out Tyler Perry and a few other Blacks were about to buy it. Now the deal is no longer on the table. So it's all a part of the agenda. I celebrate the wins, but I'll be glad for a day where the skin color is a non-factor, where we can just all be viewed as human beings that are qualified for the position.
Thank you.
That's the day I'm looking forward to, because we'll have many qualified sisters and brothers, and if we were to apply not have to attend a face-to-face interview, we would get the job.
Right. That part. That is the part.
She hitting everything on the nose, baby.
Did she not?
Everything.
Did she?
One thing
Did
about
she not?
pro-Black, I'm not a racist, but I'm very pro-Black, and one thing about that agenda, I'm always looking at it. I don't like to patronize it at all. And, that's just another way to get the Black dollar. When is the last time you heard anybody Black talking about NASCAR? Not very often at all. It's predominantly a white sport. You have one or two Black guys, if I'm not mistaken, that I saw them posting about them being, race car drivers.
Right.
Yep.
But things like fencing, swim meets, different things of this nature where you don't hear about it.
Lakeisha says, unfortunately, we'll never see that day in our lifetime.
It's very unfortunate. I had to make a comment today, actually, on Instagram because they showed a young lady, brown, of course, visiting another country. And as she walked through the common place, they were touching her hair. They were stopping her, asking to touch her hair. Some did not ask. Some were pointing. Some were smiling as if to say, look at her. And then when I go into the comments, I saw some people saying, oh, how nice. I don't see anything disrespectful. They're just curious. Oh, well, I had to go in there and let them know this is the unpopular opinion. So if you don't like it, go ahead. But let me go ahead and be clear on the fact that it should not be of any amusement that a Black person is visiting another country in 2023. There
Right.
shouldn't be a reason for you to be amused. We're human beings like everybody else, and we're not the only nationality that wears braids. Now, if you were to come over here and visit, and we were to start touching your hair and pulling you to the side and pointing and staring amongst our friends, then it would be a problem.
Absolutely.
I don't like, America is the only place that makes it acceptable for Blacks to be viewed any other way. And
Yeah.
Black people are conditioned to accept the behavior, and that's what pisses me off. No, it's not okay for you to point and stare and ask questions. It's not okay for you to touch my hair. It's not
No, because
okay.
you can never touch my hair.
If
I've
you're
been asked
curious,
that question.
educate
How you
yourself.
get your hair like that?
No.
How
Yes.
That's the most disrespectful thing a person could do.
Absolutely.
Educate yourself. Like you want
Right.
us to do, educate yourself.
Absolutely. Yes. Please. Yeah. Don't ask me to touch my hair. Because
You have
might
people in that
you
country
come
that
back
do
with a no
braid.
hands.
They do
You
braid.
find out how your
They braid
hands.
hair. I seen a Korean lady braiding hair doing cornrows in a shop in Korea. I also saw an Asian person. They were in China, a Chinese person. They had a salon and they were doing the Black girl's hair. She's a YouTuber and she lives there and she gets her hair done. So I just really don't understand. And not to mention, they're very racist towards the Black Chinese people that live there as well. And that's on record. That's a fact. And so then you see Americans walking through. It really pissed me off. It really struck
Absolutely.
a
It
nerve with
definitely
me.
would.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's just
There's
crazy.
hierarchy in other countries because as I visited Germany, I received very much backlash. I had the nastiest of stares, and I experienced a high level of racism in Germany when I was there for almost 4 months. I've never been back, and I don't intend to go. I didn't feel welcome there at all. I did not feel welcome in Japan. I was told in Korea that I had to be escorted by a male. I could not be the driver of the vehicle, and I was accosted there on the military base as a military personnel. So I've had experiences with racism through different countries, and it's
Wow.
disheartening. I've had issues with racism in Philippines with my fiance that I was about to marry, and I experienced racism there. It's real.
Yeah.
It's very real. And then, I'm just going to leave it at that because this will take the whole show. But definitely, they are pushing the agenda. They want the Black dollar, and that's the reason she's in the position she's in, despite her credentials.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I definitely agree.
And we'll all feed into it. We'll start going to the races. We'll start buying the
Right. The
the
hats,
little
the
trinkets.
memorabilia,
We'll
the
start
whole
going. We'll
stuff.
start
Got
watching
your
on
keys
TV.
there. You taking pictures outside, posting it on Instagram, all of that. Yeah.
That's
You
right.
definitely will. Miss Anita says, an international flight attendant, they tried me. I know, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. They always want to try us for some strange reason. I don't know why they want to be trying us. They always want to try us.
And believe it or not, a lot of times it be your own. It don't be other people. It be your own people. They want to make a statement for themselves, that they want to treat you less than to prove to other people that they're not a part of whatever they feel like they don't need to be a part of. So, let me not go with the homegirl, homeboy thing. Let me not, cater to my sister or my brother when I see them in passing. But them people don't care when they else come around. Hey, Susan, how are you? They're gonna make sure they get the best accommodations despite whoever's in the room. They don't care. But us, we're not gonna do that. We don't want it. We don't want to be viewed a certain way. We don't want Tom to know that we grew up together down the street. So I don't even know you when you come in the room. Hey, fake smile and all that. That's how we act. That's how we act in corporate America, and it's sad.
That is sad. So let's take a commercial break. We're gonna come back with the controversial corner. All right, so let's take this break.
Enough.
Are you looking for candles, bath bombs, sage, or any other products that help you feel at ease? Then Dynamic Scents is the place for you. From healing candles to candles made to help relax your mind and body, Dynamic Scents provide calm, arousing, nostalgic, divine, long lasting, and exotic feels. So check us out at dynamic_scent on Instagram, or you can contact Zoey Raz at 832-260-3846, or you can visit our website and order anything you like at zoeraz.wixsite.com/website. This is the Controversial Corner with Zoey Raz. Let's get into conversations that you might not be ready for and topics we all want to know about. Let's dive into the Controversial Corner.
Hey. Okay, so let's get into some controversial conversations. So TSU has apartments that are connected to the school. So I do have a clip of an email that was sent. The apartments called 2 days before the move-in date. Well, sent an email 2 days before the move-in date and told the people that will be staying in this building that they are not able to move in and that they need to be placed somewhere else. So they also gave two options: a $500 stipend for a week or 2 months for free. Now, I want to know about you ladies. If this were to happen to y'all, what would y'all have done? Taking the money for the 2 months for free, or would y'all have taken the $500 a week stipend? Of course, it's controversial because, first of all, the apartment complex emailed 2 days prior to the move-in day. So now people have to figure out what they're going to do, where they're going to move, what is going to happen next, basically. And school starts on Monday. Y'all.
Let me
First of all, I don't want none of it. Just give me my money back.
All of it. All my money
period. Because it ain't cheap to stay on campus. We already know that.
No.
I used to work in higher ed, and it used to be $5,000. This was in 2016.
Right. It's like
now it's probably like almost $8,000-9,000 for them to stay on campus.
It's almost $12,000 if I'm not mistaken with TSU.
So no, I don't want no options. I want you to run me my check back because my check cleared when I paid you to stay on campus. So I don't need no options because your employees or whomever was supposed to get my room ready and did what they supposed to do. I need my money back. I don't want no options.
So are they overcrowded and they don't have space, or
no, the building is not completed. It failed.
Oh, it's a new construction.
Yes, and it failed inspection.
Oh, okay. $500 a week is not enough. If I go to a hotel, that's not even going to be good for the weekend at a nice place, because what we're not saying that is one of those local roach motels over there. What we want is something air conditioned in the medical center with a shuttle outside the front door.
Thank you.
And
to and from class.
To and fro. And so what we do need is at least $1,200 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because now we don't have access to the food we would have access to on campus either. So what we're going to need is a meal stipend as well.
That part.
And she's a freshman, right, Zoe?
So my sister is a sophomore this year. And so, so luckily she has somebody in Houston that's from Houston, that she's
able. She's not from here.
No, she's from Dallas. And what about the other kids out of state? What about the other people
Absolutely.
from all over? Like literally a car full of boxes and everything. And
that's what I'm saying.
You're driving around trying to figure out what you're gonna do when you get here.
Some people have FedEx their stuff.
That part. And it's sitting in the apartment complex.
Being probably vandalized, honey. That's a third ward.
That part.
It's probably been vandalized. It's probably not there no more.
That's so disheartening because when I was I was older too, but I won't. Even if I was older and I had chosen to get an apartment, if I've given you my money, you've given me the inclination or the lies. Let's just gonna put it out there. You done lied and said that this apartment complex is going to be ready for prior to school in order for me to move in, get my room set up. If I'm going to have and this is off campus apartment, right?
Yes.
So you made it seem like you're gonna have these apartments ready for me to move in, set up my apartment, get ready for class, all of that kind of stuff. You don't tell somebody 2 days prior
That part.
to them moving, especially because they come in. You got a lot of out of international students. You have students who live in, like you said, and your sister live in Dallas, and she's driving 4 hours away from her home with all of her stuff in tow, and then you give me $500 and another option? No,
Girl, the only option is a 6-month lease, darling, paid cash up front. And most of these apartments, when students get them, the government funding has been provided to the location through their financial aid. And so it's illegal for you to even start filling these units without having an inspection. How did you even start building without an inspection?
That part. Say that.
You have to have your building permit, and then you have to be inspected along the way. And so you've known way before 2 days
that's what I'm saying. They knew that long time ago.
That's the most frustrating part to even acknowledge. Y'all knew before 2 days prior to people's moving date that y'all failed this inspection.
That's right, Miss Anita. They got the money. They got that money. They got it, Miss Anita. They sure do. Yes, Nikki. I'm thankful that your daughter is living on campus, but that's my other sister over there. Just so you know, Zoe's sister is my other sister. Like what?
And just imagine all of her little friends that had to figure something else out. They might not be as fortunate as her, So now they're just stuck out
because they don't have anybody here.
Wow,
that's sad. Just imagine how many people that happened to.
Girl, I would have Sylvester and Sheila on the line.
Hello. Hello, I'd have been on live from the building. I'd have been in front of the building.
Absolutely, like a new live. My GoFundMe and everything.
I'd have had everybody had the news cameras.
Definitely reported it to the news. We definitely did. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, it's gonna be on Isaiah Carey. I'm gonna be on his couch. That's the first person I would have called. He would have instantly.
They would already been moving in a new apartment right now. Today.
Yeah, that's who you should have called first. And Isaiah Carey was the first person I would have had on the line.
I didn't even think about Isaiah Carey.
Girl, he be on it.
Know it.
DM him now. Because I get every notification from his show. Every notification. Listen here. No, that's not cool at all. Like you don't do people like that. These are new students, and you giving them a bad taste in their mouth about your institution and how you operate on a daily basis.
And that's the sad part, because TSU will get the backlash when it's not TSU's fault. They're not the owner of the off-property apartments. It's a collaboration. And so it's gonna
it does reflect back on TSU.
Exactly.
But it technically doesn't have anything to do with TSU.
And I'm pretty sure the dorms are already accounted for. A friend of mine that did her graduate studies there, those dorms were almost instantly filled.
Yes.
And they fill fast.
Yeah.
Like soon as they open, they already be halfway filled. Soon as when the semester is getting ready to start, because they start before the semester ends, they're already advocating for the next semester.
That's right. So,
Right.
like, I guess the people that flunk out, that don't return,
The
those
fact that you
those
say
are the ones that no, but for
she
real,
said
the ones
flunk
that
out.
kind of flunk out. Because from what I understand, they only have a full list of to move into the dorm every couple of years. Because from the
Yep.
freshman, you can tentatively return to your dorm every year
Right.
until you graduate. You can go ahead, even though you're leaving for that summer, you can tentatively put your name back on the list, you know?
No, Nikki, I would have too, girl.
That's
Listen,
crazy.
yeah, I'd have been. I'm telling you, I would have been on Isaiah Carey.
The Isaiah factor.
Yes.
Right, I'd have been on Isaiah Factor, and I'd have been extra
Yeah,
dramatic with mine too, because I
that's
would have had the
it.
little the baby. Listen, yes, my
I
mom
would
went to
tape on my
TSU too.
forehead like I snatched my wig off and everything.
Right, yes, Miss Anita. My mom went to TSU, and that's her. When my mom was alive, she went to TSU
Yeah.
and graduated top of her class. She did not live on campus because she was an older student as I was. But knowing my mother,
Girl had it made a baby turn the place out.
turn it down. Like, yeah, she was an advocate for herself and other people. So no, it wouldn't have been. We should have had your sister would have had an apartment, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday,
My grandmother went there and my mother, and when it was the Ocean of Soul, and they would have
right?
opened your behind if you didn't have a
Thank you, Miss
residency
Anita. I
together.
appreciate it. Yes, yeah. My mama wouldn't have played that. Mm-mm.
That's a girl.
Divines met my mother and talked to her, so she
That's a
already know.
long line of lionesses.
Yeah, a lionesses.
No
No,
one
we
is
ain't playing
exempt
them
from the
games. We
wrath.
ain't playing them games. We ain't playing them games at all. Because I was like that. My son was going to HCC. Now, what has said? What has said? What you had
Mhm.
said?
Mama has said.
What has said? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Because I made sure my name was on the paperwork so I can talk.
Mhm.
Listen here. Oh yeah, that's. I mean, I'm praying that she gets something else. I'm glad that she is able to stay with you, Zoe.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for the other students who don't have those means of having someone
Exactly.
here in Houston because they've come from other countries and other states and they
Yeah.
don't have the same means because you giving me this small amount. I'm here for 4 years. Like that was the purpose of me
Yeah.
getting an apartment off campus because I'm going to be here for a long period of time.
Mhm. Absolutely. So yeah, I do feel for the other kids that are displaced and don't have anywhere to go.
Absolutely. That's very sad. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Yep, that's not cool at all. I don't like that they did it too. They waited 2 days. You don't do that to somebody.
Right. That close that soon is ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, don't do that to people.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Not
No,
that make you jump through all these hoops to even qualify for off-campus apartments to begin
they
with.
sure do. That see that that go back to the first thing we was talking about.
That's why
They
I'm over
they
here
make you
pumping.
jump
That's
through
why I'm
all the
quiet,
hoops and
girl.
you didn't tap dance and you didn't qualify and 2 days prior to you moving in, now they want to say, "Oh,
First
well,
thing I
we're gonna have
thought
you
about,
ready."
another one of the oppressor's tricks. Oh, let's
Right?
go ahead and not
Yes, Miss Anita.
get the doggone
It does sound like a lawsuit. Absolutely. Absolutely.
as long as they refund them, they won't win a lawsuit. They can't control the fact that they didn't get the inspection
Right.
cleared. But what they can control are the funds that they took tentatively from those students who had plans to attend the institution. And if any of them are out here homeless right now, thinking about, oh, may I was supposed to move in today, or whenever they were supposed to move in, they have to find them somewhere safe. Then I could see a lawsuit coming from that.
Yeah.
Right.
You've left me abandoned out here with nowhere to go.
That part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. That's why I don't
Mm-mm.
go to they go up there. That's why I just goes online, babe. I don't even.
Me too.
Mm-mm.
That's the point I'm at. Is online online
Yes.
education.
Online education was really good for me my last two
Yes.
semesters.
Yeah, definitely hardship. Yeah, absolutely, Miss Anita.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Definitely hardship. So thank you for bringing that as a topic, Zoe, because I don't it's not a lot of times it's not talked about. I've seen it because I've been in the interworkings of a
Right.
campus. So I know how it goes down. And
Mhm.
so whenever I would encounter a student who was so adamant about living on campus, and they was with their grandmother or they was with their parents, and I would say, you live around here? She was like, yes. Stay at home. Stay at home because you getting a free you're gonna have to share a room with somebody. You're gonna have to share a room with somebody. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting to know other people, but if your grandmother is your caregiver, I'm pretty sure that's going to put a huge dent in funding for the household. Because at that time, like I said, it was $5,000 just to stay on campus, and that's just one semester. That wasn't for the entire time. So I was telling her, stay at home, baby. You got a free bed, you got free food. If you want to come on campus, come to the parties, because I know that's the reason they want to be living on campus. They want to get the whole college experience.
Right.
I get it. I definitely get it. Yes, 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 Miss Anita. She said yes. Ah. She was like, yes, thank you for bringing the
Thank
topic. Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was necessary to talk about.
Absolutely.
Necessary to talk about. So before we go, we need to talk about the divine moment.
Mhm.
So let's talk about the divine moment. Okay. Actually, we're gonna take a turn. We're gonna do take this tea to go. So let's talk about take this tea to go. So what's your take this tea to go? I'm gonna switch it up this week. Zoe. I'm gonna switch it up this week. I'm gonna let Zoe go first. What's your take this tea to go for this?
Um, my take this tea to go would be to tap into your power. Learn your inner strengths, learn all of your strengths. Learn what works best for you, and like I said, tap into your power. We all have something that works for us. So learn what works best for you.
Okay. Okay, take this tea to go. Divine. Come on, you're supposed to have these insightful.
No, girl, because y'all still have my blood boiling from the first conversation. Like,
I know.
it's something so passionate. It's something dear to my heart. But I think mine would be is that if you ever find yourself being the elephant in the room, um, stand up, be seen, make noise.
Hmm.
Um,
I like that one.
yeah, shake it up.
Yeah.
So y'all give me time. Y'all give me time to think about.
I like that. I like that.
I actually like both of y'all's power and so the elephant is powerful and tap into your power. So mine is combining both of y'all's together. The elephant has excellent memory, right? They don't forget nothing.
Okay.
They don't forget not one thing. If you came and you hit their trunk they gonna remember you from hitting their trunk and they gonna get you. So remember how people treat you. Remember how they show up for you. Remember how you showed up for yourself. If anybody else don't show up for you, you show up for yourself, and you show up and you commit to you. I'm in the year of me. This is where I'm at. I'm in the year of me. I'm committed to me. Yes, I have other people who they are in my life, but I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on my health. Because I always put it on the back burner. I would focus on it, then I let it go, and I would now I'm focusing on it wholeheartedly. You know, I might be sore, but I'm still I'm still focused on it. So remember how people show up for you. And that's my take this tea to go. Yes, Miss Anita, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get the notifications of when we go live.
Yes.
Make sure you follow our each individual Instagram pages, Facebook, Zoey Raz, Divine, and T Baby. Make sure you follow all of our Instagrams, our Facebook. Make sure you follow our Black Coffee with a Side of Tea Instagram page and our Facebook page. We love to see you comment on there. We love to see that you're tuning in. And if you haven't watched, if this is your first time watching, please go back.
Yeah. And
Go
if
back.
you have anybody that has a business, small or large, and they're looking for any advertising, please go ahead and send us a private message.
Right,
Through any of our social channels. That way we could get them, on board with the whatever it is that they would like to have us do to get their business promoted through our channel here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we would love to have you on to have a conversation. I love to learn about people's businesses, why they got started.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Anita, I'm glad you were scrolling too.
Right.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Miss Anita.
Thank you. We appreciate you staying on the whole entire time. Yes, you were divinely led to watch our show. I appreciate it. And wishing you all the best of luck. I'm sending you prayers and uplifting vibes and positive vibes. Everything that you desire, your heart desires for you and your daughter will be taken care of. Asha. All righty, ladies. Until next week, we're going to say what?
Black coffee.
Black coffee with a side of tea. Bye. Later. Alligator.